You are going to need your filled in monster planning page from yesterday, as well as 2 different colored Sharpies or markers and a different colored pen to write it with. So if you do not have those items, please go and grab them so that you can revise and edit along with me. Okay, so when we are finished with our rough draft, we start with our revisions. And when we're doing revisions, we think of arms, adding sensory details, removing words and sentences that don't make sense, moving words and sentences that fit in another spot, and substituting a more interesting word for another. So I'm going to read through mine again and see if I can find any places to add details, substitute words, remove or move things. I have a silly monster named Blob. Blob is blue all over. He has one eyeball. My monster feels squishy. He also has a smile on his face. I love spending time with Blob. He's the best monster that anyone could ask for. Okay, so I'm going to add in some things and take some things away and maybe move something too. So I think what would be more descriptive here is to say Blob is blue all over. I'm going to take out that period. His slimy body. Okay, so here I've added in some sensory details, and that gives us a better picture of what he looks like. He has one eyeball. So again, I could add a sensory detail here. He has one big eyeball, right? Because his eyeball is pretty large. My monster feels squishy. And I'm going to add in here, since I said he was slimy, I'm going to also say, and sticky. That just gives our readers a better idea of what he feels like. Okay, he also has a friendly, would be a good way to describe a smile. Smile on his face. Okay, he also has a friendly smile. And I think I'm going to add in here too, with 2 big teeth on his face. I love spending time with Blob. He's the best monster that anyone could ask for. Okay, I think it would sound better too if I moved this sentence up here. Because of my sentence starters, he has one big eyeball. He also has a friendly smile with 2 big teeth. And then talking about how he feels squishy, I think would make more sense. So I'm going to move this sentence up and this one down. Okay, so now I have completed my revision process. I hope you found some sensory details to add in or some words to substitute. So now we're ready for our editing. So now we're going to use cups to help us make sure that our sentences have everything we need. So I'm going to start with my yellow highlighter, and I'm going to look for capitals because that's the first thing in cups. So this first sentence, I didn't write the sentence starter, but I need to make sure it does start with a capital, right? And then also my monster's name is a proper noun, so it needs to be capitalized as well. Okay, and then skipping down to my second sentence, I need to highlight my capital. Remember, if you don't have a capital, it's no big deal. You just need to erase and rewrite it as a capital, and then you can highlight. Again, my next start of sentence has a capital, and my next one does as well, and this one. And then down here I've got 2. I love spending time with Blob. He's the best monster anyone could ask for. So you'll do an S if your monster is a girl for she's the best monster. And then H would be a lowercase h. Okay, so now that I've checked for, oh, and one more here. Now that I've checked for my capitals, I am going to check my usage. So I need to make sure that my Nouns and verbs match and make sense. I have a silly monster named Blob. Blob is blue all over his slimy body. He has one big eyeball. He also has a friendly smile with two big teeth on his face. My monster feels squishy and sticky. I love spending time. Yep, I think those are all good. So now we're ready to look for our punctuation marks. So we're looking to make sure every single sentence has a period at the end or an exclamation point. So I have a silly monster named Blob, period. Go ahead and take another color marker and highlight your periods. Blob is blue all over his slimy body, period. He has one big eyeball, period. My monster feels squishy and sticky, period. He also has a friendly smile with two big teeth on his face, period. I love spending time with Blob, exclamation point. He's the best monster anyone could ask for, exclamation point. And last but not least, I need to look for spelling as well. So I need to make sure that everything is spelled correctly. Remember that you can circle words and to make sure that they are spelled correctly. So for example, I might want to check on slimy because I know Y says E at the end, but EY can also say Y at the end, so maybe I've spelled slimy incorrectly. And maybe I want to check in on friendly too. Friendly is a word that often second graders switch the I and the E in friendly. So I'm going to circle those words and ask an adult to help me fix them. So I want you to do the same. Look through and see if there's any words that you might need to look up to get fixed. Okay? So once you have finished that and you've gone to fix all of your spelling mistakes as well, then it's time to move on to the publishing phase. So we finished our rough draft, we finished our revisions, we finished our editing. We're moving a little quicker this time than we have before. And now we're ready for our published final copy that shouldn't have any errors because we've just checked over our rough draft. So My Monster by Mrs. Stiles, your name will go here. And then at the beginning of a paragraph, we have to start with a big thumb space. So put your thumb there, and then you're going to start with the first sentence. Now, don't get tricked here. You've got to start up here at the main idea sentence. Don't leave that out, okay? I don't want you to start here. I want you to start up here. I have a silly monster named Blob with a capital B, and then be sure for punctuation marks to get put on at the end. Now I'm ready for my detail sentences. Blob is blue, and I'm adding in my revisions here, all over his slimy body. Okay, and so then I would continue with my other three details. And then at the end, I need to write these two sentences as well. So when you're finished, I want you to check and make sure. You should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then this one is 7. You should have 7 sentences in all by the time you're done. Don't forget the main idea sentence and your ending sentences. If you need to, you can go on. There's a second page that you can write on if you run out of space on the first one. And then you are going to upload both a picture of your monster and your final copy monster writing into Keynote so I can see your final published copy. Go get to work.